Hello there, viewers. I'm the Knight of Arcane, and we're back with another stand video. This one, suggested by Galahound1940, on a post I made back in June after watching Across the Spider-Verse, where I turned Spidermen into stands. I loved the idea, and now have the chance to do it. In fact, it was partially teased in the end of my FNAF as Stands video by Dodger, who will actually be the main narrator of this video while talking with Jacob. Anyways, let's get into the spider stand, shall we? And that was how Shard technically joined our little group. Huh. Interesting. Do you think there's something going on between him and Asher? Huh? What do you mean? Oh, nothing. No judgment if there is. Just my radar is picking something up. Sure. Anyways, let's talk about these stand users I met in New York. You've really been around, huh? Meh. Mainly the US and parts of Canada. But I heard some rumors of, well, it seemed like different moments of normal crimes and disasters being stopped by some unseen force happening up there. A few even being caught on camera. Sound familiar? Yeah. Seems like some stand users decided to help their community by, well, saving lives? Correct. I knew I had to see this for myself, so decided to check this out. You know, make sure it's legit. And oh boy, there were a lot of stand users up there taking these hero roles. Really? Yeah, but I'll stick with 4 today. But it'll be easier that way. Starting with this kid, technically teen, who just started out doing this stand heroes thing after he got bit by a spider that granted him the use of a stand. Wait. You're saying a spider gave this kid a stand from biting him? Well, that's what he claimed. No arrow was ever used on him. But this could be less causation and more of a coincidence. I really hope so. Anyways, this kid, Miles, has this black and red stand he calls What's Up Danger, and I ran into him as he tried to stop a carjacker. Nothing too big, and we know it's not someone trying to get into their own car, since he's wearing a ski mask over his face in the summer. But anyways, What's Up Danger is able to shoot electrified sticky strands of rope, or in layman's terms, an electrified web-like substance, to trap and shock people. Not super powerful. If used on a stand user, would be a bit painful. On a normal person, can easily stop them in their tracks due to the electricity, which only lasts a few seconds unless he continuously sends electricity through the stand into the webs. The thing is, he's young, inexperienced and all, leading to him accidentally missing the target, with one strand going into a lamppost and another into the car, which is one of those electric cars, mind you, and accidentally sends too much power through the strands that it causes the power for the block to go out and the car to turn everything on. Horn, radio, alarm, etc. before catching fire. The carjacker tried to flee, but I had She's a Rainbow stop them before I turned to the kid. We talk. I learned about how Miles supposedly got his stand, and how he's being taught how to use his stand by some other users. And he just wants to help people like his dad. Miles is a determined person, and his stand does have potential. He just needs to be more, well, careful. And he should listen to his girlfriend. No comment that this kid has a girlfriend? No. Some people are able to find a relationship during their teen years. others aren't. Love takes time sometimes. I thought he was lucky. Would have loved to have had a girlfriend or boyfriend when I was his age. Especially if they were as helpful and cool as his. Or you. Well, thank you. Anyways, interesting enough, his girlfriend, Gwen, which is a pretty cool name, mind you, is also a stand user. Though has been one longer than Miles, and never said how she got her stand. No supposed stand granting spider? Not that I know of. Her stand, way up, is interesting. Pretty interesting, yeah. And the stand is able to sense and block any danger that comes for Gwen. However, it's not super durable, and more so tries to auto-counter, using either nearby items or the webs it's able to shoot from their fingers to pull attacks away. Interesting. But it seems that if the attack was too fast for them to block it, either Way Up or Gwen would get hit. Correct. Though it's useful for helping her if, say, something was falling and about to hit her in the head, or to tell if something coming for her was an illusion or not. Like if it was some sort of stand's ability activated or not. Never got to see the latter two happen, but when talking with her, did see Way Up stop a falling flower pot of petunias from falling on her head. But yeah, she's been actually doing this stand hero thing for about 2 years when I met her. Quite a few disasters and crimes were actually stopped by her, and these were ones I heard before the rumors. So I decided to have a little sparring match between those two, and another user they met 2 days beforehand, but we'll get to her in a little bit. And how good was she? Honestly, she's not much of a fighter. She's nimble and can defend herself, but her strength is being tactical in her hits and attacks, while slowing down and keeping her opponents down, then being full frontal assault. It works against some foes, not the best when against a speed queen like She's a Rainbow. But it was a fun match, and it gave her some pointers to use just in case. And helped Miles a bit with aiming and being a little bit more creative. Though he's already pretty creative, he does some street art, he just needed to be told he could be more creative with his stand and using his abilities too. And the last person? Well, let's take it back a bit, and I'll tell you a bit about an interesting type of stand you hardly see, and how Penny apparently acquired it. I don't like how you worded that. And I don't blame you. Apparently, Penny got her stand when she was a wee child, and was technically an accident. How does one accidentally acquire a stand? So, she was caught up in this accident. It got her sent to the hospital and could have killed her. Apparently, some doctors for this foundation that was made in the early 1900s knew her family and rushed some sort of experimental procedure to help save her life. Was it that bad? Apparently, Penny was out for most of it, thankfully. But for part of their plan, they used part of this arrow as the scalpel blade. And you know what arrow I'm talking about. Yeah, not hard to tell. It seemed to work. She was bedridden for a year, and only around the time I was in New York did she finally get a chance to go out into the world. That said, her stand, Give 'em Hell Kid, was able to help her get around during her recovery. Give 'em Hell Kid takes this interesting form. Its base is this egg-like cockpit, where inside she's able to control the stand. Wait, her stand is a suit? Yeah, I've seen a few like this before, not super common, and it's able to use some sort of force to attach, reattach, and change the position of its limbs, allowing her to climb, jump, and run a bit better than a normal person. And she's also a stand hero. Yep, not for super long, but she's had time to figure out her stand before deciding to fight crime. I'm going to assume when in the suit, no one sees her. Yeah, that would be weird to see. A little girl floating in the air while they stop crime or help move someone out of the way of a speeding car. Honestly, it's almost a bit unfair, if it wasn't for the fact it's not super strong. I think Give 'em Hell Kid is mainly the helper, so it's not super combat focused. It could change over time as she grows up. Yeah, I hope so. It was fun to fight it though. Why did you fight the stand of a sick girl? What? It will help her out in the long run. I didn't go all out. Did give her some ideas. Maybe she'll keep me on my toes if I see Penny and Give 'em Hell Kid again. When we left the Foundation after giving our report, you mentioned meeting some anti-government punk from the UK while there, right? Oh right, Hobie. Yeah, he's pretty cool. I think you'd like him. I'll take your word on that. But yeah, he's from the UK and apparently fights evil government entities and protects his town and all that with his stand, while also being a masked renegade musician. So, no one sees his face when he performs or does his hero thing. Yep, he has a few songs that have gotten onto charts, but not important. He was in New York for a show, plus to follow some criminals from his country trying to make a deal over here in the US. I might have ran into someone from that gang after our little spar, and the four of us might have got caught up in this fight. You brought two high schoolers, one inexperienced with fighting, let alone using his stand, and a sick, middle schooler to some sort of international crime deal? Yeah, not my best plan. But when Hobie showed up, man, it was lit. Sure. Okay, his stand, Anarchy in the UK, I honestly love this stand's ability. It's able to take any material around it and turn it into a guitar, and he can use it to do different sound and music-based attacks. Makes sense. All objects make different sounds when hit, so the principle of his stand's ability is sound. Pun intended? No. Yeah, okay. He's also able to electrify his attacks too, so the material can either enhance the electricity or mix with it for combo attacks. I could tell Miles was taking some notes as Hobie fought. After helping him with his bust, we got to hang out, and Hobie gave some pointers to Miles on how he can use What's Up Danger's electricity, and got us some tickets for a show. It was a riot. I'm just glad you were able to get the kids out of there okay. Yeah, understand how you probably view that. I knew if it seemed like we couldn't handle it, I'd get them out first. Still reckless, but not surprising for me. You know you love that about me. Yes. I can say I do sort of enjoy that about you. You're blushing. Anyways, what about the other so-called stand heroes you met? Why were there so many of them there? And were there stand villains? Like how we classified villains in comics and such. Oh yeah, tons of both. The why? No idea. But we can talk about them later. Right now, I'm craving something greasy. Let's get some burgers, my treat. Okay then. I know where the best burgers in town are. Great. Let's go! And that's our Spider-Man stands. Another fun stand idea, and especially love the ideas I got with Anarchy in the UK. Man, that name fits so well. But what did you think of these stands? Leave a comment below with your thoughts, along with Spidermen and Spiderwomen I should do in a round 2 for this, anything else I should turn into stands, or anything else I should do with Spider-Man. If you want more stand content, I have a bunch of videos turning things into stands, like Dodger's introduction in MLP as stands, or the video leading into this one with the FNAF animatronics as stands. And if you want some more Spider-Man content, I have 2 videos where I turn Ben 10 aliens into Spider-Man. But if you liked what you saw, hit like, and subscribe to join our little Arcane town, to be in the know for future videos and projects. I have plans for some new things to hopefully start getting out in October, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Later.